welcome to not a story time, but a talk about aspects of the story time. Kind of. Didn't really feel like talking about story stuff today or right now. I like talking about different aspects of things, like how magic works and how personalities are and stuff like that, and I thought, hey, why not talk about magic? And I was like, okay, cool, let's make a video. And I'm like, okay, awesome. So I gathered some dolls. Kara's here, you just can't see her. She's like, oh, well, you can kind of see her. She's right there. I got Fee, and the reason she's here is because I'll be talking slightly about her for like maybe a second. Don't know. Gonna ramble on. Hopefully, I don't know if this is gonna be a long video though. But I rambles, so you know how that is. Ray is here because I had her in another video and I just haven't put her back yet. So that's why she's here. But anyway. So, I talk a lot about how my dolls are very powerful witches, magicians, whatever you want to call them, mutants, creatures, magical folk. So, I talk about that, and it's like, you could kind of get the feeling like they can do anything beyond your imagination if they really wanted to. Yes and no. If you guys know Once Upon a Time, this is where I get that, kind of, for the most part. And it's a good concept. I like it. That's why I'm using it. Magic comes with a cost. Just like anything. Alchemy. If you think about alchemy, you can't get anything without taking something. Full Metal Alchemist reference. Got that. Okay. So yeah, magic comes with a cost. Sure, they can do these great, awesome, epic things, but there's sometimes a big cost to that. Like how, if you guys remember or watched one of my storytime videos, the ones I was talking about, I think it was probably episode 2, the second storytime with Alex, I talked about how he kind of went dark, and if you guys don't know what that is, that's like, I explain it in a couple other videos, so if you're very confused by that, I would definitely watch a few of my other videos. I explain it like a couple times, but he goes dark for a little bit, and then like he obviously doesn't end up dying, which is a factor of going dark. I'll get into that in a second. But he didn't die, but he lost magic for a very long time. Like, he didn't really fully get his magic back until 50 years, like, after that had happened. So, like, things like that, like, having so much power all at once coming out does have a cost of, if you don't die, obviously, you lose a big chunk of yourself, which for them, it's like magic. For others, it could be something else, like memory. Maybe they lose their memory. Maybe, like, it's always kind of complicated, and maybe it's not always the same thing. So, there's that. That's kind of, for the most part, that was all I was going to talk about. But, and I also wanted to talk about Morph magic a little more, because I think I talked about it before, and I don't think I really went into depth as to, like, my thought process upon it, and I actually thought up of a cool reason for something. So, well, not cool, maybe sad, I don't know. But going dark, like I said, can result in dying because you're using your soul energy, because you're using up all of your normal magical energy in your body that you're going into your soul energy to output a bunch of magical energy. So it's like maxing yourself out to the point of dying in a way. And that's what happened to Samaya, or Maya, whichever you want to pick. That's what happened. She couldn't stop herself from going so far that she died. So, like, that's what happened with her. And what happened with Phoebe, I needed to do another story time with Phoenix Sisters. Well overdue. If you guys want to hear it, comment below. I'll try and do one maybe this week. I don't know. We'll see. If not, it'll be next week if people really want to hear. But I don't know how many people care about my stories that much. But anyway. With Fee, she didn't technically lose any magic. For the most part, what everybody knows is nothing. There was no like consequences for anything, any of the dark magic, anything for like how she went dark. There was no consequences. Supposedly, there's no consequences for what she had done, or how, you know, that. When I tell the story, I'll talk about it more, because I don't want to ruin the story, because I'm weird like that. But, I wish there was more I could talk about. Really, there's not. Because, like, I just kind of wanted to specify that. Because I do talk about how powerful they are. And I don't really specify that, you know, even though these characters are very powerful, things do come at a price. There's not, like, a willy-nilly about it, like, about doing things with magic. Alex learns, like, travels to learn to get better at magic, so that way, because if you learn better ways of doing magic, you can sort of find ways around the consequences, and stuff like that. So that's kind of what he does, and it's not like he's doing it so that way he can do bad things. That's not why he does it. I mean, he, like, healing magic, like, I just watched one of Livy's videos, and she said something similar to what I was thinking about healing. Kira has heal magic. She can heal people, but it's taking a lot of energy from her to heal somebody else, in a way. Which, now that we're on the topic of Kira, that's all I had to say about heal magic. But, what was I saying? Oh, morph magic. Morph magic. I got that idea. I'm a big X-Men fan, and I always wanted, like, in my stories, I've always kind of had a character that either morphed into something else, or shapeshift in, like, they either were like, they had the ability to shapeshift into a human if they were, like, monster looking. Very inspired by Mystique, and Nightcrawler's, like, one of my favorite characters out of, X-Men and stuff. So, if you guys don't know her character, she's actually, the movies kind of get it wrong. The movies make it like she's the same age as everybody else, when in the comics and in a lot of the shows, she's actually hundreds and hundreds of years old. She's kind of like Wolverine. So, it kind of has the same concept in my world. Morphing and changing, it's like changing your biochemistry, the way your body works. Morphing so much screws that up. Like, because you're morphing or changing into many different things, it causes your body to get confused, and things can happen. It's why, you know, at some point I said Violet doesn't really age like a wolf or a tribe person. She just lives for a very long time just because of her morph magic, because that's the way it works, and that's the way it works for Kira. That's why she's so old. Or, well, 50 is not old, but, well, in the present time she's like 250 if you guys wanna So I was like, okay, well, that's a cool factor, but how, there's gotta be a reason for Violet to just not be able to have children, because I said that in the video, and I was like, I like the concept, but there's not really, like, a reason for her to have miscarriage twice. Even though it happens, I just feel like it didn't Just saying it, like, there's got to be a reason for it. Don't know why. I feel like there's got to be a reason for everything, but because morphing into many different things changes your biochemistry, it, for whatever reason, messed up the ability to have children. At least with Violet. With Kira, I haven't decided if that is a thing. Because Violet, if you don't know her story, she changes a lot. Morph magic is pretty much her base magic. Where Kira, it's a base magic. She just doesn't use it, like, a whole lot. Where Violet used it a lot. Like, a lot. She would go maybe a couple months being a wolf, and then she would change back to a human, and then she would change into something else, and then she'd go back and be a wolf, and then she'd be a human, and, like, doing that over and over again really messed up her body in a way, and it just caused her not to have the ability to have children. And I might go that route with Kira. I don't know. If you guys don't know, I've talked about it before. Kira does have a husband, like in the present, kind of. I'm still working out her story with the Wolf sisters. I haven't put a whole lot into it, or at least with Ava. I mean, Ava isn't really in the Wolf sisters story, because she takes care of the Phoenix Island, pretty much, and Willow's the one that kind of ventures out. But yeah, pretty much that's what I've talked about today. Mainly magic and morph magic. Kind of crazy. There's a cost to everything, and morph magic is really weird. So, there. That kind of sums up the video. I hope you guys liked the small look into, like, my thought process on some things. And to be honest, this might probably change eventually. I don't know. Nothing is really permanent with my stories, mainly because I don't write them down. Just a little let you know. I don't write my things down. I'm not a good writer. Or a stellatory. I'm not very good at English either. I'm not a very good storyteller or explaining things very well. But I do like my stories. YouTube is how I'm kind of recording my stories, so that way I have them. And if people enjoy them, that's a plus. If people don't, that's fine. At least I have my stories. That's good enough for me. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video with the rambles. Maybe confusing type talking, and now I'm rambling again. I'm sorry. I'll see you guys later. Bye!